On April 30, 2025, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the young and resolute leader of Burkina Faso, delivered a powerful address to his nation and the world. Standing tall, his voice resonated with a potent blend of gratitude, defiance, and unwavering resolve. This was not just a speech, it was a call to action, a rallying cry for unity and resistance against the forces that have long sought to control and exploit the African continent. The world listened. Here was a leader unafraid to speak truth to power, a leader who embodied the hopes and aspirations of a people yearning for true freedom. Traoré's words, imbued with the spirit of his predecessor Thomas Sankara, cut through the noise of international politics. He offered a stark reminder of the historical injustices faced by Burkina Faso and the African continent as a whole. His message was clear: the fight for liberation is far from over. This is a fight for survival, a fight for dignity, a fight for the soul of a nation. 13. Traoré began his address with a heartfelt expression of gratitude. He recognized the sacrifices made by countless individuals throughout Burkina Faso's history, the revolutionary patriots who had bravely fought for independence, and those who continued to stand firm in the face of adversity. He spoke of the farmers who toiled tirelessly to feed the nation, the teachers who nurtured young minds, and the healthcare workers who dedicated their lives to healing the sick. Traoré's words were a powerful reminder that true strength lies not in the hands of a select few, but in the collective spirit of a united people. He acknowledged the mothers who instilled values of resilience in their children, the fathers who worked tirelessly to provide for their families, and the youth who dared to dream of a brighter future. His message resonated deeply with the people of Burkina Faso, for it was a message that placed them, the ordinary citizens, at the very heart of the nation's struggle for self-determination. Transitioning seamlessly from gratitude to a sobering analysis of the challenges facing Burkina Faso, Traoré addressed the insidious and pervasive nature of imperialism. He reminded his listeners that the fight for freedom was not a relic of the past, but an ongoing struggle against forces that sought to maintain control over Africa's destiny. Traoré drew a direct line from the horrors of slavery to the subtle yet equally insidious forms of economic exploitation that continue to plague the continent. He spoke of unfair trade deals, the plundering of natural resources, and the manipulation of global financial systems that keep African nations trapped in a cycle of debt and dependence. His words served as a stark reminder that while the chains of colonialism may have been broken, the legacy of imperialism continues to cast a long shadow over Africa. Traoré challenged the notion of a benevolent West, urging his people to recognize the systems of power that perpetuate inequality and injustice. He called out the hypocrisy of nations that preach democracy while propping up dictators and turning a blind eye to human rights abuses in the pursuit of their own strategic interests. The year 1987 loomed large in Traoré's speech. It was the year that Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso's iconic revolutionary leader, was assassinated. Sankara, often referred to as Africa's Che Guevara, had dared to challenge the status quo, advocating for Pan-African unity, economic independence, and a break from neo-colonial ties. Traoré drew clear parallels between the challenges faced by Sankara and the obstacles confronting Burkina Faso today. He argued that the same forces responsible for Sankara's assassination were still at play, seeking to undermine any African leader who dared to chart an independent course. He reminded his listeners that Sankara's assassination was not just a tragedy for Burkina Faso but a loss for the entire African continent. Sankara's vision of a self-reliant Africa free from foreign interference remained as relevant as ever. Traoré's evocation of Sankara's legacy served as both a tribute to a fallen hero and a rallying cry for the present generation to pick up the mantle of resistance and continue the fight for true liberation. Section 5. Vigilance and Determination. Unmasking modern-day subjugation. Traoré cautioned against complacency, warning that the methods of imperialism had evolved. He urged his people to be vigilant, to recognize the new faces of subjugation that wore the masks of globalization, humanitarian aid, and development partnerships. He spoke of drawing-room slaves, individuals who may have escaped the physical shackles of colonialism, but remained mentally enslaved, perpetuating the systems of oppression from within. These were the individuals who prioritized personal gain over national interest, who who aligned themselves with foreign powers at the expense of their own people. Traore's message was a call for critical thinking, for questioning the narratives presented by those who claimed to have Africa's best interests at heart. He challenged his people to be discerning, to recognize that true progress could only come from within, from a place of self-reliance and unwavering commitment to their own values and aspirations. His words resonated with a generation disillusioned by empty promises and tired of being treated as pawns in a geopolitical game. 13. Section 6. Traore's Resolve, an Unwavering Commitment to Liberation. Throughout his speech, Traore exuded an aura of unwavering determination. He spoke not with the fiery rhetoric of a demagogue, but with the quiet confidence of a leader who deeply understood the challenges ahead, yet remained resolute in his commitment to overcoming them. Traore pledged to continue the fight against terrorism, recognizing the very real threat posed by extremist groups seeking to destabilize the region. However, he made it clear that this fight would not be won through military might alone. He emphasized the need to address the root causes of extremism, including poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity. Traore envisioned a Burkina Faso where every citizen had a stake in the nation's future, where the benefits of progress were shared equitably, and where the youth were empowered to become agents of change. His words were not just a promise but a call to action, a challenge to the people of Burkina Faso to join him in building a nation worthy of their sacrifices. Section 7. The People's Strength. A collective fight for dignity and freedom. Traore understood that the fight for liberation was not his alone. He acknowledged that true change could only be achieved through the collective effort of all citizens. He called upon the people of Burkina Faso to embrace the spirit of unity, to set aside their differences and work together towards a common goal. He reminded them that their strength lay in their diversity, in the richness of their cultures and the depth of their shared history. Traore urged his people to tap into their collective wisdom, to draw upon the knowledge passed down through generations to find solutions to the challenges they faced. His message was a powerful reminder that no obstacle is insurmountable when a people stand united. It was a call for solidarity, for recognizing that the fight for freedom was not just a political struggle but a deeply personal one, a fight for the dignity and well-being of every citizen. Section 8, Homeland or Death, We Shall Overcome, a rallying cry for Burkina Faso. As Captain Traore's powerful speech reached its crescendo, he uttered the phrase that has become synonymous with the Burkinabe spirit of resistance, Homeland or Death, We Shall Overcome. These words, imbued with the weight of history and the fierce determination of a people unwilling to be subjugated, echoed through the streets and across the airwaves. They were a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation that has faced countless challenges yet emerged, time and again, with renewed vigor. Traore's speech was not just a collection of words. It was a spark that ignited a fire in the hearts of the Burkinabe people. It was a reminder that the struggle for freedom is an ongoing process, a relay race in which each generation must carry the torch forward. As the world listened, Captain Ibrahim Traore, the young leader who dared to challenge the status quo, emerged as a symbol of hope, not just for Burkina Faso but for all those yearning for a more just and equitable world.